Hey, CQC. Do you know where the war is at?
America? Japan.
Welcome back to the Let's Play of Homefront. This is Neveros.
Oh,
This is Dr. Strangelove.
This is the part where we speak, right? I'm CQC, and you know what? This time I'm actually not drunk. I'm just really sleepy, and I'm trying to get
up
drunk.
for it, though.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're all trying except for Strangelove.
Yeah, so... Yes, today I am going to do the Tales from the Alpha segments. So, back in 2007, I really wanted to play the fucking beta version of the Battlefield 2142 Northern Strike DLC. So I joined a group called Combat Testing, who, does, I don't want to say free, but uncompensated alpha testing for video games. Most notably first-person shooters, and the Battlefield series in particular. After that point, I kind of didn't really do anything with them. They weren't really in anything interesting, and that all changed in November 2010, when I got an ominous email saying that they need me to test a new, exciting FPS.
They keep trying.
And guess which one that was?
Where's the chopper?
CQC, take a guess.
Definitely John Romero's Daikatana. Wait, 2010. No, Battle Los Angeles.
I'm gonna guess Disruptor.
No, you're wrong, it was Homefront.
Damn.
Shock.
So, there's nothing in this area, by the way. All this area, I think, is actually part of a multiplayer map.
Yeah, and the scene that we're talking over is Connor and a bunch of fundamentalist Latter-day Saints guys getting into a fight with each other.
Yeah, Neb, you're missing the story.
I just realized Connor's recycling his animation of kicking the guy in the nuts from episode 2, by the way.
Well, I mean, you know, Connor Morgan is obviously the man to have kicking a guy in the nuts to a science.
I don't know, man. It's not as great as the recycling of those fucking fridges. Every goddamn fridge gotta be knocked over. Same animation, different.
So while we're doing boring shooting, I should continue with the story, right? So we all got pulled into a TeamSpeak, and the guy there said, "This is the most amazing game ever. It's even better than Battlefield." And we're all like, "Holy shit!" Because we fucking love Battlefield.
I'm not drunk enough for this story yet.
So, oh god, fuck. So, like, we're all like sitting on TeamSpeak, really fucking giddy about this shit. We have no idea what game it is, and we come in and then they give us the Steam code. It's Homefront.
Did you know anything about Homefront by the point they gave you the...
Not really. I had seen, like, I think I skimmed an article about it in PC Gamer. I didn't really know much about it aside from it looks like Red Dawn or something. And, yeah. But then I booted up the game, and home is where the war is.
Connor yells "get over here" repeatedly throughout this, so, you get to hear that same canned response anytime you try and do anything.
Yeah, they actually had us on a very, very strict NDA. I know I mentioned it in the thread, but we were not allowed to talk about anything at all with anyone outside of the TeamSpeak, and we had to be in the TeamSpeak at all times when we were playing the game, so that we knew that it was us who was playing, and not my mother, which did happen once.
Hey, I'd tell you about Homefront, but then I'd have to kill you.
Yeah, basically. Within only a couple of hours of the alpha being up, we had a nickname for the game, Drone Front, because the drones were OP as fuck in the game. Because you bought drones with British petroleums, and you got British petroleums by killing people with drones. That's how it worked.
I actually like the way that system works, where instead of killstreak stuff, all your score just gets pulled into a pool, and it's like Counter-Strike money in a way.
See, that idea is decent, and I want to say there was another game that did it better other than Blacklight.
Yeah, but the problem with Homefront, though, is you had to buy, like, everything with the British petroleums, like, all the... Well, I mean, the vehicles sucked, you only buy the drones, but... Like, it basically ended up being that you get enough BP to get a drone, you then get a lot of kills with the drone, because it's easy to get kills with the drone. And then you got more BP to get a drone the next time you spawn.
On that note, they seem to have fixed that. Maniac, Corporal Kerberos, and And so I've actually got some multiplayer
Yeah,
footage with some Stockholm sufferers.
They did nerf the drone during the alpha, but not nearly enough, I remember.
So what you're telling me is they had kill streak boosted, something they fixed for Modern Warfare fucking 2. Like, because what you would do in COD 4 if you had brain cells is you'd get the airstrike, die, launch the airstrike to get another airstrike, die, etc.
Are you thinking 2 and 3? Because 4 didn't have the kill streak rewards.
No,
4 did, and yeah, that's what he's talking about is 2, I remember.
2 fixed it. Modern Warfare 1 you could boost.
Yeah, no, they really fucked that up because that, and I mean, all the other vehicles were like really crap in the game except for the drone. So I guess I don't know, but the like drone, you would get the drone and hide in a corner, use the drone, kill guys, get another drone all day, every day.
Stay lower. Don't let them see you.
So when I've been saying home is where the war is a lot in both the videos and the thread. The alpha, everything was there was the home was bookended by home is where the war is. You start up the game, home is where the war is. You finish around, home is where the war is. You try to leave the game, home is where the war is. They really fucking loved that tagline so much.
Be an alright tag in a good video game.
Yeah, and these survivalist guys are really assholes, and I do not know why Rihanna is so hung up about killing these people.
The fact is, the disturbing fact about this is Connor's actually the more likable character in this mission, and I hate myself for having to say that.
Yeah, like, these are like crazy, insane survivalist cult people who are enslaving North Koreans. They probably have all of their women contained in a dungeon somewhere, because I'm not seeing any women among them at all outside. And Rihanna doesn't want to kill them for some reason. Just the Americans, you see.
Yeah. See, this is a perfect scene describing that. And I'm not joking, if this were your first introduction to Connor, you probably wouldn't think he's that bad a character.
Also, this game has very specific prompts on your screen. The game will kill you if you fucking deviate from them at all. Like, even if, like, there are several sections in the sniping... Oh, shut up, Brianna. There are several sections in the sniping section where it'll tell you, wait, over the guy's head. And you'll wait for, like, somebody to start walking away, and that's obviously what they're telling you to wait for, and you'll shoot them, but it still says wait, so you fail the mission. And... fuck this game, God.
I get really bored with this mission. I'm pretty sure you can tell by... Why is that tractor shot to hell? Tell by the fact that I'm looking at everything.
Oh yeah, also I played Daikatana recently. This game's not as bad as Daikatana.
Look forward to that.
Oh, don't. I make no promises. That game's so long.
Okay, so, yeah, moving on. I've already talked about that the PC port was handled by DE, who were much better at communication and just fixing crap and everything. Yeah, so Chaos was mostly handling balance with the beta. One thing that we all noticed and got really mad about was they absolutely refused to release the weapon stats. Like, we asked to see them so that we could, like, see what the actual weapons were like, and they said, no, we're not telling you. So we had to try it. So they were trying to get information from the testers without letting the testers know what the weapons are really actually like and crap. So it's like, you understand what I'm saying.
Right. Is Rihanna using the same animation that she used over in the Tiger Direct store?
Yes. Yes, she is.
And one thing you might have noticed is all these captured and enslaved Korean soldiers are all wearing their body armor still.
They're still wearing face paint, too.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you would think that the survivalist guys would probably want to take that armor for themselves because it could be valuable, and it would also might be a good idea to not have their Korean body armor.
Excuse me, that would mean the survivalists would have to remodel their Koreans, and come on, who has that kind of budget?
And you'll notice I'm actually being careful here. Helicopters are deadly with eagle eye vision here, as you'll remember from episode 2.
Oh dear lord, I do.
Jesus, did you see that? Gonna be a short flight if we leave these RPGs behind.
Where'd the RPG shot come from?
You can actually see it if you're quick, and I kind of forgot about it. There's a tower to the left there that will actually kill the guy on later. So one of the things that I love about this mission is all the dead bodies hanging everywhere. This camp should be a disease-ridden hellhole
Sending out a patrol.
instead of just being a
We
hellhole.
gotta stay off the roads.
Let's hope they don't find the mess we left at the gate.
So the gun Neb is using right now is the N2000 intervention. In the alpha, it was one hit kill, Hell Rangers, all parts of the body, and Chaos really wanted to keep it that way.
This is a game with hit scan, by the way.
Yeah, so there was if you were in someone's sight with this thing, you were dead. No questions asked. We nagged the forms for the alpha, and I think Neb said that in the final game it's a bit better.
When it was released, the Mark 11 would actually one-shot.
Yeah, I don't remember the Mark 11, which is the semi-auto rifle, one-shotting the alpha, but
In this,
bolt
when
action
we
definitely did.
when we got the modern footage, or the multiplayer footage, whatever the hell I want to call it, this gun wasn't consistently one-shotting people. So I don't know if it was a perk or what, but there you have it.
Oh, a bit of info. If you actually have subtitles on, you get to hear what the Korean says. That's not how dirt works, Chaos.
It's an Unreal 3 engine.
Also, what makes the intervention not good in this game is it doesn't have a sick sound like the Modern 2.1. Modern Warfare 2.1. I don't like sniping in Modern Warfare 2. Man, that gun makes a cool sound.
But, like, the thing with the alpha was really just Chaos was just not listening or tracking their feed, or everything just sounded like they didn't want to change anything. Like, a lot of people said that, hit scan, that the game was too big for hit scan, and I guess at that point it was too late in the game's development to change it, so I'm going to let this one pass, sort of, but they try to give this big-ass long-winded explanation about why, oh no, it really does make sense from a gameplay perspective to have hit scan on these big-ass maps.
I'm reading that as we played Unreal Tournament 2004, and Assault Mode's totally awesome, guys.
I read it as we played a shitload of Call of Duty 4, and man, we sure do like that
Hooters.
Creek map. Hooters. I didn't see it. Oh, Hooters! Hello!
Gotta have product placement even here. And also
This
the
is the mission.
barbershop.
This is the one mission I did not expect to see product placement.
Yeah,
Like, they couldn't have found isn't there like a chain haircut store they could have found?
Supercuts.
Yeah.
I don't know any. I didn't notice any fucking product placement when I played this game. And believe me, I've played this game.
I was looking for it. I was actively looking around, because this mission's really boring. That's a Panzer III, by the way.
Yep. Well, I mean, I actually mentioned that last video, but yeah.
Panzerfaust 3, sorry. Whatever the hell it is. I don't know. The only reason I didn't even know about it is because of War Game.
You guys are probably going to, and they're probably going to ask me to share, like, fun bug stories. Unfortunately, none of the bugs were, like, really funny, except for this one that was pretty cool. Whenever you would respawn, it would do this, like, cool camera move where it's like the camera would, like, drop down from, like, an aerial point of view and go down to your guy's face. The camera would get stuck on objects, though. So the camera would just go down and get stuck. You still had control of your character. It's just the camera. You can have the camera.
Oh, by the way, that zoom in on your character thing is still in the game, and you are an entity while that's happening, so you can die before you can see.
Oh, really? I never had that happen, but shit.
Also, the game's trying to give backstory with, like, Oakland, and trying to, like, give Connor a character, but, oh no! But, Connor, or not Connor, that guy, Hopper, like, there's no back. It's dumb. Fuck this game.
Nice mittens, buddy. This is what I was talking about, where even on this mission, everything feels like a constrained, tight arena. All of the fights take place in tiny areas, even on the sprawling farm. And it feels claustrophobic, none of things really hard. I did notice that Connor starts complimenting you more often, and he doesn't treat you like you're scum of the earth.
I actually like this particular firefight a little bit. It kind of worked, but then the rest of this mission is just
like this firefight looks like it could be fun if like your gun had recoil and couldn't and took more than 3 bullets to kill anyone.
I mean, if I had to reload at least once in that fight?
Yeah, if you had to reload, if you had to move, if the enemy could shoot back at you, if they wouldn't just die when you look at them. Yeah, what difficulty are you playing this on? I don't think there was
I think I'm actually... No, I'm playing on a normal.
You're definitely playing on Ronin. That's a Katana joke.
I thought about doing hard, and I remember this game was either you will survive everything or you'll die instantly, and decided it wasn't worth the effort.
John Romero was about to make us his bitch. Or maybe not. We haven't decided yet.
This is the most aggressively stupid part of the mission, by the way.
If this game were developed by John Romero, it would at least have ideas in it. Because Daikatana, it does things poorly, but it does things.
I will say, both have an equally good soundtrack sometimes.
Oh yeah, Daikatana soundtrack's pretty good.
This game's got a surprisingly
Oh hey,
good
look,
soundtrack.
20 round M4.
I don't know why I keep getting suppressed weapons in this mission. I'm assuming originally when they were designing this game, you were going to be able to just stealth this entire area, but...
But yeah, not like that, but this one throws you into like a pitched bad and you're not like stealthing anymore.
Well, I think the reason they give you this stealth weapon is because later you can do a little bit of stealth. But at the same time, there's no reason to use anything other than the intervention for that section, so...
Yeah, that's the thing, and they kind of... We were saying that, like, when we were talking about this earlier, that they force you to keep the intervention in this section, or how does that work exactly?
They force you to take the intervention at the beginning of the mission. You'll see me switching weapons a lot. It's because I was trying to remember if the intervention takes 1 or 2. Later on in the mission, you'll find an intervention pretty much anywhere you look. I don't point out all the locations, but if you see a body in the middle of nowhere that we didn't kill, there's probably an intervention on it. Any Korean bodies are likely to have an intervention on it. There's interventions all over the church. They basically wanted to make sure you couldn't screw yourself.
Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of reasonable, but you can unequip it, right? You can, like, grab a ACR and a PBO, the SDI boat.
A couple of runs, I got rid of it and then ended up picking it up later, but there's no reason to change a gun, so I don't think I'm bothered.
Also, the Korean on the spinning wheel begs you to kill him.
I have never heard him say anything.
He can die in the section before you reach him. Like, he can get shot by stray rounds. And so you have to kind of either be nowhere near him or kill the dudes hella quick and then run up to him before he gets hit by some stray.
I might run this mission on easy and see if I can capture that then. Because I had no idea that was... You know, on easy, I'm pretty sure I could just knife my way through the mission, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Also, did you uninstall this game?
Not yet, in case I needed to grab more footage.
Hey, Neb, I got a question for you. How have the Koreans not just completely steamrolled this place yet?
Because the Type 99's a piece of junk tank and those guard towers are tricksy? I don't know.
Here, allow me to
You would
explain
think that, these guys have killed and captured and enslaved Korean soldiers. You would think that the KPA would be all over this shit by now.
I completely forgot I shot him just in case.
Hey, you did it.
There you go.
You did him a favor. Did him a solid. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, a couple of my recordings I tried shooting the guy they hung too, but I didn't ever hear anything, so I stopped doing it.
Well, that was a very confusing eliminate icon.
Yes, it was.
On me.
And I'm gonna stress this again. Connor is actually likable in this mission, and I don't understand how they didn't get this consistent through the rest of the missions.
Yeah,
he compliments you throughout this mission, he's reasonable, he understands that these are bad people, and he's not grating at any point, other than the candle lines, but...
I think the reason he's likable here is because the rest of the plot they had to make him an asshole in order for you to make stupid decisions to make the plot happen the way they need it to happen.
Hey guys, I heard you liked TH Quality.
This is a great area, by the way. I love this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I thought there might be something up here.
I will say one thing about Daikatana, there's not very many little walls. I feel like I'm like a trauma survivor. Every time I think about Daikatana, it's like, well, at least it doesn't have this.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome at that point.
Daikatana's CQC's trigger if you haven't figured it out.
I've played all 3 versions of that video game. It will
See,
never be the same.
Why isn't there a firefight leading up this road? There's a lot of good cover for it. There's a lot of things that they could have done. This section could have been interesting. Instead, you're running for like 30 seconds.
It actually looks like it would be a good place, like in any other first-person shooter. You'd probably like set a trap there, where it's like, oh shit, there's rocks or logs or something.
Right over there to
like
the left, there
exciting
could be all sorts of guys covering, some snipers. You got an interesting firefight on your hands,
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
like
a
it's
dead
the
guy in their
perfect
AC.
place to set a trap, but nobody.
I'm gonna say multiplayer map. Just,
So,
I
yeah.
don't know, but
It's not, but this seems like it could have been a multiplayer map.
So yeah, we're going into the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints church over here.
This is Utah.
Southern Utah, yep. That'd be you live in Utah. How accurate of a representation is this level?
Utah's, backwards by about 20 years, but the people are generally nice, if not backwards. And stupid sometimes. So, this game's more like Southern Utah, where the FLDS church is? I don't know. This section, you know what, this section could have been a real interesting firefight. They give you the shotgun, they give you an M16 with a grenade launcher. The grenade launcher continues to be my favorite weapon just because of how the ragdolls and raptures enemies. But, I mean, look at this place. This could have been an interesting firefight, especially if they were smart and made it so that anytime a bullet hit the walls, more of those pinpricks of light came through.
Hold on. We have to restart this. Nep didn't get the achievement. We have to all over. Just, come on, Nep. You're letting the crap down.
Yeah,
Wait, what the hell achievement's in here?
The one where you get from the base of the church to the top of the church in a really, really stupidly short amount of time, and it's really hard and awful. And I think I have it, is the worst part.
I've got most of the beat these missions without dying achievements, and I don't know if I'm proud of that or not. What the hell am I talking about? I'm not proud of that. See, there's another intervention over there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least that's good design, because they want to make sure you always have access to it, because it's important for the upcoming segment, but...
I like how you say the grenade launcher's your favorite gun and you don't use it.
I do use it a little
He
bit.
uses it a whole lot in this segment coming up. I think, like, after the whole, like, Sniper Tower segment,
There's one.
he uses it all the time.
And there's Wilhelm Scream again. See, and just this area is empty. There's not really any reason to come back here, and I don't get that. It feels like you should go back there, too.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's just looking at it, like, it almost looks like you got a little bit lost.
What is it with bad shooters and having ladders with about 15 billion rungs in them? This Battle LA and Daikatana all share that.
And there's another intervention, and you're gonna see me grenade a guy up here. This fucker killed him at least twice. I always forgot about him.
Up wall.
And this is great. So, I can't find his body.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, if it had just collapsed half a second sooner. Whatever the guy's name is. Jacobs? Johnson? What
Marlowe.
guy?
Wait, no.
Oh. No, his name is Soap?
There's a truck coming.
Definitely
What the hell kind of name is
gas.
Soap?
And by gas, I mean ghosts.
This is the most pandering,
No.
aggravating
Mason.
section in the game.
His name was Mason. No, it wasn't.
This section treats you like an idiot, and it goes on entirely too long, and it's awful. Exactly.
Yeah, this is very difficult. You gotta basically click your mouse when it turns red, but not earlier.
Yeah, this is a part where the game will unceremoniously kill you if you shoot before it stops telling you wait, even if it doesn't make any sense.
See, and I would actually like this section a lot more if the giant wait and, shoot arrows weren't there.
Mm. Or maybe they could have, like, had another system of when you're supposed to wait and when you're supposed to shoot. Like, maybe you gotta disguise your bullets with a lightning strike or something. Like when the thunder goes off. I'll hear the sound from the gun.
Hey, Sniper Elite 2 pulled that off pretty well. And by that, I mean, I think that's the last mission I tried in that game before I got bored.
Or they could have had it so that instead of having that thing collapse behind you, you would instead be regularly hounded by guards coming to investigate the area, and you would have to both time your shots to kill the guys and also kill the guys who are trying to kill you.
This last shot takes over a minute, by the way.
Yeah,
I timed it when we were doing a test run of it.
I mean, this whole sequence right here is about twice as long as it needs to be anyway.
And here's a better version of this mission coming up here in a couple of seconds.
Wait until he gets back to his truck, then shoot him.
Oh, nope, I'm sorry, I forgot that he wasn't the last kill. I've played this mission. I've played this particular mission at least 4 times, and I honestly couldn't tell you what happens. I sleepwalk through most of it. Which is a shame, because this could have been an interesting area if I had to choose which targets I picked off, where, and why. And a failure state isn't an automatic loss, but instead a harder escape mission or something like that. What I'm saying is that they could have made this a much more interesting section.
Also, that digital camo, A, doesn't appear to be any sort of color that would actually be camo, and B... Connor, stop being an asshole! And B, it's, like, not very camo-y camo.
Did you guys notice that body got stuck on the truck as it was driving by? Because that's the first time I've noticed that. And here's the edit coming up.
And
now I present to you a much better version of this exact same section.
oh hey, look, it's a military shooter. That's fun.
Damn.
It's also a flashback because it's a 4x3. That's why I assume it's a 4x3.
I forgot to edit. Oh well.
So yeah, this is Battlefield Bad Company 2. A much better game.
Is that a Russian?
A game with a not very good campaign, but a better campaign.
And you know what? I enjoyed the campaign.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I'd say. I played it recently, and I actually enjoyed it.
It's very heavily helped by the fact that the Bad Company squad is very likable.
Yeah, you see, you have Sweetwater, who is a better Hopper. You have Haggard, who is a better Morgan. You have Sarge, who is a better Black Guy. And you have Preston, who is a better Arms.
Yeah, Marlowe's a much better arms on stuff than me.
Marlowe actually has like lines for him and a character, and he's not just yeah.
Yeah, even if he is like the blandest character in the game, he does have like one really good line at the very end when he has to get everyone excited to hijack a plane.
Yeah, and he has a personality.
Yeah, he does. He's got a very noticeable personality. It's more pronounced in 1, but Marlowe's a much more likable character. And this section, part of the reason this section does much better is it's short and to the point, and it holds your hand, but not that much.
Yeah, like it tells you when to shoot, but not exactly when and exactly where to shoot. And then it also, like, the rainstorm, it gives it some kind of an atmosphere and stuff. There's a little bit more attention since the guards actually come close to looking at Sweetwater and Sarge down there.
Yeah, I remember liking this section, and I also remember liking this guy's sick fucking cowboy hat that he has every time you play this mission.
And I will always remember I'll always remember Haggard's conversation about those cowboy hats.
Wait for them to get clear.
Now this is this in the last shot was my favorite one because I actually used to get a double kill when I play this. Neb doesn't because he's awful at video games, but yeah, I killed both those guys because I'm
collateral.
Totally.
That mission's over. That's all you have to do. It's over.
It's about 90 seconds long, and it's pretty cool. It's a nice change of pace, unlike this shit.
Oh man, what happened to the graphics? These graphics, unlike that last game, they seem unreal.
Wow, that's awful. Slur, are you in this video again? Yeah, this section, it's got infinite spawning enemies.
Yeah,
it's
because
stupid.
this game copied Call of Duty 4 without learning from its mistakes.
And then it made more than a few of its own mistakes. Oh, and it says like Blue 56 or wasn't the M16 as well.
So, at one point, yeah, there we go. And I love how the bodies fly. I'm also awful at 203, I'm sorry.
Wait, did Rihanna just talk
Yes.
twice? Neat.
She's
Is
really...
was that a bug or was that intentional? Because like you were injured and it was supposed to be like screwing the audio.
I'm going to go and assume it was a bug.
Definitely a bug, because she was talking over the radio and also talking about how you were hurt. You stupid ass.
Oh yeah, because just listening it would sound like distorted from the radio, but like differently.
This game's knife mechanics are really weird, by the way. Sometimes you'll notice I kind of jump forward with the knife, and sometimes I don't. I've never figured out what the exact range for the jump forward part of it is.
Well, if you had Commando Pro, you'd have more of it.
I'm not drunk enough to remember Modern Warfare 2, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's probably just as dumb as this game, but at least it's fun to play sometimes.
Yeah. I could hop into a match of multiplayer Modern Warfare 2 and still have a good time, despite the fact that that game is broken as fuck. In fact, probably because that game is broken as fuck. That's part of the fun. That's why I find Modern Warfare 3 so boring, is that...
So, they rescued Jacobs, yeah, which was his name, it's Jacobs, all the way back in episode 1, and now to fly the chopper that they only are just getting now.
By the way, that helicopter is fairly susceptible to small arms fire. We may have taken out the RPGs, but the RPGs would have had a much harder time hitting us when they had people with, like, machine guns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, SMGs, probably mounted emplacements, guessing by this place, stolen equipment.
And how the fuck did the Koreans not steamroll this place yet? I'm out.
Oh, they don't know where it is, obviously. I mean, it's hard to find. I mean, you'd never guess.
I got nothing.